Dean Blandino, the NFL Director of Officials, we talked to him after the show yesterday, and I asked what was decided by the NFL with centralized replay review.
So I think that's a great question because centralized replay, we've got to define what that means. And this is really a consult replay system. This is centralized consultation. So this allows us in New York, in the NFL Command Center, to get the feeds back, the same feeds that are going to the replay booth that the referee is seeing during a review. We're able to communicate with the referee and the replay official during a review and assist in the decision-making process. So it's really a consultation, not a full centralized operation where all of the decisions are being made in one location. Everything that occurs at the stadium is still in place. How replays are initiated is the same, and it's just when their review is initiated, then myself, a small group of people in New York, we can communicate with the replay official and the referee during that review.
How does the ref contact you?
The referee will have a wireless communication system. It's part of an entire overhaul of our process in terms of how the officials communicate with each other during the game. All 7 officials will have wireless communication. They can communicate with each other with an earpiece and a little microphone. And then as part of this, the referee only will have the ability to communicate with the replay official and the command center via this system. So as soon as he's done making his announcement, the previous play's under review, New England is challenging the ruling on the field, we can begin that communication. And so as he's walking over to the monitor, we could already have a lot of things out of the way, have it set up, have the issue at hand explained, and then he can go in and just look at the play and adjudicate the review.
Who has final say?
The referee still has final say. This is still a referee review system, and we're there just to assist and consult and come to a decision.
Additional cameras in stadiums this year?
That remains to be seen. There is a proposal to put additional cameras, fixed cameras, on boundary lines, goal lines, end lines. So that has not been put forth to the membership for vote yet. So we'll see how that goes. So that's certainly a possibility for next year.
Will replay be expanded?
Replay will be expanded just. There's one proposal, again, has not been voted on yet, but to cover the play that happened in the NFC Championship game was one example of it. It has happened more times than that in terms of recovery of a loose ball on the field of play. The Bowman play where the ball was in a pile. It eventually went in a pile. He had recovered it prior to going into the pile, but that play has not been reviewable in the past, and that there is a proposal to make that a reviewable play. That would be the only expansion to the rule in terms of reviewable plays.
Do you see pass interference being on the agenda at any point? Reviewable.
Well, we discussed, there's a couple of proposals to make, one to make personal fouls reviewable and the other to make any officiating decision reviewable. Those both came from teams. Pass interference, it has been discussed. We understand it's a big penalty, and there's a lot of subjectivity to that call. So I don't know where the membership is in terms of whether we're going to see that vote pass, but that proposal pass. But it has been discussed at length in terms of making those penalties reviewable. But you're certainly, there are some issues with that in terms of how many reviews we have. Are those really objective facts? What the replay system is designed to look at versus subjectivity, which a lot of those fouls have a lot of.
Why do you allow dunking on the goalpost?
That was grandfathered in. We put in a rule about 5-6 years ago in terms of using the ball as a prop, and we grandfathered in the Lambeau leap and things like that. But dunking will come out. Using the ball as a prop or any object as a prop, whether that's the goalpost, the crossbar, that will come out, and that will be a foul next season.
Any chance of extending the uprights, that they go up a little bit further? I know Bill Belichick has talked about this, that the ball going over or inside the uprights. Any chance to raise it up 5 feet?
Yeah, there is a proposal on the floor. It hasn't been voted on yet, but that could raise the upright an additional 5 feet to help on those kicks that cross over the top. That's a difficult call to make, especially in replay, because of the camera angles and trying to get the perspective of when the ball actually crossed over the top. So it's currently not reviewable. So there is a proposal to raise the uprights 5 feet, that in the hopes that would capture some of those that go right over the top.
Dean, good to visit with you as always. Thanks for joining us.
You got it, Dan. Take care.
That's Dean Blandino, the NFL Director of Officials. That was a conversation that we recorded after the show yesterday and sort of lucked into the dunking the football and the fact that we're going to raise the uprights. Looks like they're going to raise it 5 feet. They're going to add cameras. Now, they did say that you can't add the cameras because of expense, and then Bill Belichick said, how about we have a bake sale for the NFL? You have to get these calls right. So how much are these cameras? And, I think that's the key. I mean, you don't have to use cameras from a sitcom here, just cameras that can do the job and tell you if something was in or out, in the end zone there. So they're looking at adding 6 cameras there, centralized instant replay. This is what I hope happens. You have this nerve center with the NFL, and they can tell you on the field, hey, we already looked at it. It's not a fumble. That if they can speed up the process as opposed to the process being, you're going to challenge it, I'll get under the hood, now I have to go to centralized instant replay here, and it could take forever. That would be the one thing that I would hate to see. If you can expedite this, great. All for it, and, of course, getting the call right.